he said what happens with when you have this much, when our interest rate goes from 3% to 7% or 9%, whatever
Yeah.
it was for the commercial volumes that size, plus it's the value of the real estate has depreciated because interest rates went up. So you not only have a slight depreciation in loan to value, but you have higher monthly or the higher payments from the interest rate resetting. So the whole thing was like, he said we have to do a capital call, which means you had to put in 50% of what you invested originally
Wow.
in the deal,
Wow.
or you would be so far down the capital stack in the deal when it sold or changed hands that you wouldn't get your money back.
Jeez.
And so he said you had to put in 50%, and then that would allow them to buy another interest rate lock. Otherwise, they'd have to file for bankruptcy, and that entity
That
that
investment.
owns
Yeah.
that asset. Every single deal. I mean, they do a deal every month, right? So
Right.
every deal is a completely separate deal. It's just
Mm,
they're the management company, like Trump. Trump can do a
mm,
property that goes bankrupt, but
mm.
he's the management company. So
Right.
that property, even though it may have Trump's branding on it, went
Mhm.
bankrupt, but he's the property manager. So it's a completely different
Yeah.
thing.
So
Yeah.
as far as being a farmer and for any potential side quests or investment, what would you have confidence in right now? Because I think, and I don't want to make it too public, but kind of my situation and, what's happening. What is a safe haven in theory? If it's not buying more productive farmland, what's out there for the average guy that, hey, I might have an extra 10, 20, $30,000 sitting around. What's a stable move?
Yeah, that's the $1 zillion question, right? It depends on the volume, first of all. If you have an extra 10, 20, $30,000, your options are much more limited than if you had an extra 500,000 or $1 million.